Hi, everybody. Good evening from Maryland, U.S. Good night or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. This is your friend Alexine checking in again. Today is Wednesday, April the 3rd, 2024, and we have begun the second quarter of the year, the start of the fourth month, and it's time, at least for me, to begin reviewing my annual plans and redefining my quarterly plan. Some things have changed since last November or December when I made my loose plans for 2024. And so that's one of the things that's on my agenda for this week. And if I know myself, it'll probably continue into next week. Because I really need some time to think without having a crowded agenda and dividing my attention. And I think best or feel more like myself when the weather is sunny and bright, and when I have quiet time to myself. But I just want to share that. I wonder, do some of you also do quarterly planning? And if so, how do you keep track? Do you use electronic notes or spreadsheets? Do you like notebooks when you write in your own handwriting, or maybe use large sticky notes or bulletin boards and pin up your goals and ideas? Me, I like to write things down, and I have multiple notebooks and calendars. I have my favorites, but it's like one thing reinforces the other, and it just motivates me to have my thoughts and ideas in front of me, or not always in front of me, but in different places that I spend my time, like at my activity table, or maybe slipped into a book, kind of like a bookmark. And when I pick up that book, I can, like, this is a clipboard, I could like review my notes. This clipboard, I got it from our local, I think it was the dollar store, and it comes in handy. Let me see what I have on this one. This one has my scriptures that I was researching yesterday evening. And come to think of it, on Resurrection Day, when I filmed outside, I was reciting one of them and trying to remember the exact reference. And thanks to my friend Sadie, she told me exactly what it was. And then when I got back in that night, I pulled out my Bible and looked up the three references that were floating in my brain, and I couldn't remember the actual scriptures. And I can mention them here too in case anyone wants to look them up. And I'm sure many of you probably already know them. Let's see. The one that I was talking about on the tennis court when I took the walk was Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. In some versions or translations, they would say my rock and my redeemer. The King James Version says my strength and my redeemer. And the verse before that, verse 13, so I just read Psalm 19:14, and the one before it, Psalm 19:13, was also in my mind, but I didn't realize that they run together. I never even associated them together. But it says, keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent of the great transgression. And then, so that was Psalm 19:13. And maybe you can understand why when I'm trying to remember the reference, I get them mixed up, because the other one is Psalm 119, 133. So there was 19:13, and now it's 119, 133. And this one says, and you may know this from the song too. It says, "Order my steps in thy word, and let no iniquity have dominion over me." And from my understanding, iniquity is roughly the equivalent of sin, transgressions. Things that we might do contrary to God's will. But yeah, that's something that's on my handy clipboard. This is my masking tape for my watercolors to frame out my paintings. Let's see, what else is on this clipboard? Because we were talking about quarterly goals, and then I said that I keep notes in various places. So the next page that I slipped in here, just to help me keep track of my notes during the day when I'm going from room to room. This looks like a schedule that I made. It's a list, and it has little check boxes along the margin for me to put a check when I've completed the task. And the first thing on this list, it says turn off social media and TV. And some other things on here are to call mom and take my walk, and I have those checked off. And I have some reminders about my video ideas and my creative practice with the crochet. And what else? Some reminders about meetings coming up with some of my creative friends. We meet once a month, or twice a month actually, but we skipped a week to discuss product development for our business ideas or creative passions. And we all have something different that we do, but it still is beneficial to meet with other people who are like maybe in a similar level of their progress. And some things we will have in common. And then in other ways, someone may be a little farther ahead or have seen this stage from another perspective and throw out ideas. And we can motivate each other too. So, and I meet with those, it's a group of women, like 6 of us, and we met through Craft Industry Alliance. So what else is on this clipboard? I'm reminding myself. Thoughts about dinner ideas. What's for dinner? What's coming up? I have noted that I want to try making rice and peas. I'm not Jamaican. I'm not from the Caribbean, but I love the food, and I'm expanding my culinary repertoire thanks to YouTube videos. I'm incorporating a lot more like African vegetables and manner of preparation, and also maybe West Indian or Caribbean style. And today for dinner, I just ate, guys. I've been talking about making that cassava that I bought, purchased a few weeks ago. Finally, thankfully, it held up, and it's a root, and I peeled and chopped it today, and washed it and boiled it. I think Karan White, she's in the YouTube community, one of the supporters in many of the chats, that I see from the Nyabohanse YouTube videos. And Karan White, Carron, said that I could cut them up, boil them, and then saute them with my onions and garlic, pimentos, and ginger. And I did that, and I also used sliced orange bell pepper, like the sweet bell peppers. I didn't use a whole one, I used half a one because I'm the only one in the house eating it, eating this meal. And I added tomatoes and green banana. I boiled it also and cut it out, two of them. And then I added at the end some mackerel. So it was delicious. I liked it a lot. What I missed though was plantains. I would prefer to have just a hint of sweetness in it. And I know before I made yam porridge. I've seen that on YouTube. I think maybe Nigerian cooks are more familiar with that one, with the African yam boiled and prepared with some plantains and also mackerel and spices. It's so delicious. I loved it. And I think that the African yam, where have you been all my life? It was like the perfect potato. On the outside, it looks like, reminds me of the bark of a tree, like rough, brown and rough. And it's tubular, longer than a potato. And, but when I peeled it, it just looked like the perfect texture and potato, firm, smooth. And the taste, it just like tasted so fresh and set well on my stomach. Like, so I would get that again, the African yam. But I don't know if I saw it at the grocery store or did I get it from like the African market, one of the international stores. So I could probably, let me see, is there anything else of interest to me or you on this clipboard? Yes, words for 2024, that's on here. In early February, at one of the meetings with the small group that I was talking about, that's the small group for business, we talked about themes for 2024, and some of them that came up were, mine was diligence, and that's the same one I had last year. I wish I could remember the name of the gentleman from Ghana that inspired me to use that word last year. He always says, "This is your friend, brother Atto Brandishin," and he had made a YouTube video, maybe almost 2 years ago, I don't know, a year and a half. And I remember him saying, attach some diligence to your work. And then that same day after I heard him say that, I heard the same message in another way from another medium. And I don't mean medium like New Age. I mean like a mode of communication. And so I was like, wow, I'm hearing this word about diligence twice in a day. And I like words anyway. And so I was like, that was going to be my theme for last year. And it was helpful. So I'm repeating it this year. I keep it pinned or posted in front of me on my work table. And then so other people contributed to their words and shared, and they said, get it done, finish, unencumbered, focus on what gets you truly excited. I like that one. And that resonates with me when I'm working on my creative work. The colors get me excited, the patterns, the texture, just the idea of the anticipation of what the product, the output will look like when it's done, or as it's progressing also keeps changing. And then another theme that someone said was consistent, and I put in parentheses focused and consistent. And those of us, especially those who are further along their YouTube journey, know how important consistency is. And those who are pursuing business or creative, what do you call it? Creative pursuits, I should say, know how important it is to be consistent, putting your products out there, your name, showing up, commenting, and just interacting with your community. And I mean, not just your immediate community, but also your peers and people online who want to hear from you, waiting to hear from you, who are interested. I'm very new. I'm not an expert, but I'm taking some advice and following some examples that I've seen, and also just remembering, from my own opinion, how excited or meaningful it was to me when some of my favorite artists would share. I looked forward to their newsletters and posts on social media, on Instagram, even Facebook. I know some people don't like Facebook for some reason, but I always liked it. And the people that I'm connected to are people that, mostly they know me already, like from former classmates, colleagues, I would say church family, like fellow believers in Christ Jesus, and relatives across the U.S. and locally, and some neighbors and friends. So yeah, I don't mind Facebook. I'm not sure what it is that's off-putting to some people. But now that I know about Instagram and I'm getting comfortable with that, it's good for sharing photos of the artwork. And I'm glad that I discovered Instagram. And it took me the longest time to learn how to navigate. And I'm sure I'm still not getting it all. But yeah. So guys, people, beloveds, I'll call you my friends. I have this bag of yarn here because you know how I say take your creative recess, and I'm not going to make anything today, at least not out here on the porch where it's not sunny anymore. It's going on 8 p.m. on a weekday. But what I am going to do is I got a delivery that I've been waiting for from the Wool Warehouse, UK. The yarn that I use, I can only seem to get it from overseas. And it used to be that I'd order it from Etsy, and I'd have to hunt around for on Etsy for shops that had it. And the first few years I would get it from a shop in Germany, and the delivery was very quick. But lately, I mean, when I went back in the past, say this year or late last year, I didn't see that shop anymore. And I was like, where am I going to get this Catania yarn that I like to use? That's my go-to yarn. And then I found a shop, or multiple shops. There were actually more than before, but they were all from based in Turkey. And I did order some, and it came. It wasn't a very long wait. It arrived, and that was good. But now, when I need to restock, I found that the color chart was difficult for me to read. It was really small and blurry copy, and you can't just order the colors you want. They're all like numbered. They have number codes, and so let me put on my glasses so I can see. Like this color, I think it's it's called Tiffany. It does have a name. It's called Tiffany, but it's not listed on the label. And so when you order it, you have to know that the color is 00432. So I entered a search for Catania color charts, and the results came back for actually one of my favorite yarn shops, and it's in the UK. I'm in the United States, in Maryland, near Washington D.C. But this shop I've ordered from before, and I know like how they package the yarn, and I was pleasantly surprised. They have my yarn now. Maybe they had it before and I just didn't see it, but they have all the colors, and they have an excellent color chart where I can see all the colors on one screen. I can see the numbers and what the label is of, like, the description of the color. For example, I don't know, mint, mint green. And so I got my shipment of the cotton yarn and some acrylic yarn, which is the softer, more traditional yarn that you may see, not wool, but acrylic. And because I want to make a full-size blanket in the spring cheer colors. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, spring cheer colors, look on my Instagram, Cini_by_Grace, for the spring cheer mat. And I also have a spring cheer bowl that I mailed off to someone who ordered it from me, and I was pleased to do so. And that's like 2 of them that I think I gave one to my mother, and then someone purchased the other one from me. And I still have the mat here, and I like it. I pick it up and look at it from time to time and think maybe I should do another one, but the springtime is here and summer's coming. But yeah, look at this. This is one bag of yarn from the Wool Warehouse, and these are the large acrylic bundles. So when I do my Afro heritage larger throws or blankets, I'll be using some of this color and acrylic yarn. It's so soft. I always use this brand for my my Afghans, and it's called Stylecraft Special DK. And on the top of this is the smaller cotton yarn that I use for the mini bowls and mats and coasters. This is white. And these yarn supply, because it's bulky, they had to ship it in 4 shipments. And I got 3 packages, and I'm waiting on the 4th. And this is like the 3rd day. Nothing arrived today. So I hope that the rest of my order arrives. It's the invoice or packing label said that it would. What do you call it? The manifest, where it lists everything that you order, the order form. So I wanted to show you, like, here's the bundles of white cotton. Then I have the natural, and it's called Nature, Natur. I don't know if they cut it off or if it's just in a different language. Here's some, you see how I'm having all the spring and summer colors? But I did order some more red so I can make more of the Afro Heritage items. I have some patterns I want to explore with that color scheme. And then here's a smaller bag. Look at you can see the difference. Here's the big bag, reminds you of a pillowcase size. And then here's the smaller lightweight one. And it has all my happy colors. I know some of you like the rust colored or copper colored coaster that I made today. It's in the warm tones, kind of like these colors. I got a lot of nice feedback about that, and I was pleased to hear it. Thank you. But my go-to colors are like blues and greens and berries. Here's the one is Tiffany, like this Tiffany, the old jewelry company, I think it is. And this is mint. They're very similar. And when I ordered these, I was going for a shade of aqua to go with the turquoise and the white and the berry, because I want to make another spring cheer item, like I said. And what else is in this bag? Another shade of berry, and they are in another language, so I don't know how to read them or pronounce them, but aren't they gorgeous? And guys, can you tell that I'm excited? I am. And I'm just sorting through, and then later I'll have to count these and make sure that I received everything that I ordered. This is pretty. I think this is called Ocean. And then just a few more. This one here is called Mango. That's pretty. And this is another shade of berry. You can tell it's slightly different. This one maybe, I don't know. See if there's 3 shades of berry. And sometimes, like if I'm not sure, I'll just get one of a certain color so that I can see it in person and see how it may fit with my ideas. And maybe I don't make something large with it, but it can be an accent color. And if I love it, then I can order it on the next go round. And then finally, here are 2 bundles of black yarn, and on the website, it was called Schwartz. I never knew. But yeah, it's black. And that is all that I had to share with you today. It's getting dark. It's still raining. It's been raining all day here on the East Coast of the US. I think it's raining in some other places too. I'll take that. I'm not complaining. But yeah, it's not sunny right now, and I guess you could say it's cozy. Maybe it's a little too chilly to be cozy. I don't know. I'm gonna take it inside. I'm gonna take all this stuff and myself inside and get situated and go support one of the premiere YouTube videos that's coming up this evening and enjoy that. I've had a nice time chatting with you. I can't believe it's been 30 minutes already. Thanks for listening. Whether you listened to the end or you jumped in and out, I just appreciate you visiting. And I hope to see you again. I wish you well, and I pray God bless you and keep you. And say goodbye until the next time. Adios. Ciao.